What's up guys, it's Dan here at Grib Off-Road. Today in the shop, as you may have seen already, we have a 2020 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD Duramax. And we got some power steps for it. So we're gonna be unboxing those and let's get to it. This is how your power steps will come. This big heavy box. The blade here. Open this up. Along with your steps, you'll get 3 boxes labeled hardware kit. Passenger side motor, idler linkage. And same as the last for the driver side. And before you start installing anything, lay them out. Make sure you've got everything. Alright, so I've got both motors unwrapped. As you can see, same part number, same everything, so looks like you can't mix those up sidewise. Same bolts. Pull the brain out of here. There's a computer that controls all this. There's that. Got their deals on there. Bust open these. Get a sweet sticker. It's a nice raised coated sticker. Here they come with a 5-year, 60,000 mile limited warranty. These fit 1500, 2500 GMC and Chevy Silverados, 2019 and 2020. Apparently installation time 3 to 5 hours, skill level 4, I guess, experienced. We'll start with putting the steps on, then we'll get to the wiring after. So for the first step, we're going to install a motor onto the armature. It goes facing up like this. It's attached with 3 Allen head bolts. And for those, you're going to need a 32nd Allen wrench. And repeat for the other side. And this is the passenger side. I don't know if you can see, but it says if you have a double cab, you're going to have to trim the actual steps themselves. To do that, I would use a cutoff wheel, but since we have a crew cab, I'm not going to need to do that with these steps. So let's move over to the truck. We need to remove these 3 plugs from the holes up here. There's one down here on the bottom, one up here at the top. These are both threaded, and then this needs to be removed for clearance so it sits flush on the body. Then you're going to install it to those 2 holes with 2 of the supplied fasteners. You'll need a 13mm ratcheting wrench or ratchet, whatever you need. Let's put that on now. Alright, now that we have that mounted up, we torque those 2 bolts to 16 foot-pounds, and our front idler bracket is ready to go. Let's move to the back. Alright, Now we have the passenger side motor armature. We're going to be using these holes pre-threaded just like the front. One here, one there. There's another set back here. You don't want to use those, you want to use the second set forward. Some models don't have those, so you can come to these ones and use those. These are for all the factory steps that they install. So now the passenger side is all good to go. Now just repeat the same process on the driver's side. Now it's time for our steps to be installed onto the armature. So when you get your step here, you'll notice it has these sliding little inserts in there. I'm going to get those in around the right place. And then we're going to move over to the truck to install them. Now we're back under the truck. If you have a buddy, that will help, but you can do this by yourself as well. Once you get those inserts in the right spot, you can kind of set this up here. And using the supplied fasteners, find your insert under here. Don't worry about the positioning of it right now, because you'll be able to adjust that. Once you got them all started, get a tape measure. We're going to measure from here to the outside, and we want it to be just right at 5 inches. And this is towards the front of the truck. And then we'll go ahead and tighten them down. We'll be good to go on the step side. Alright, we've moved over to the wiring harness on the bench here. Instructions tell us to remove the fuse so we don't short anything out. Now we're going to connect the computer. This is where we're going to start. Alright, now that we're up at the truck, you see I've got my wiring here. Here's my computer. You can put it right next to this battery in the box right on top of it. Run your power to number 3 there. And then instead of running, what they tell you to do is run the negative over to this battery terminal. But I run the cable around the front of the battery, and then down here, you can see I've picked up a ground right on the fender here. That just makes doing battery changes a little easier, so you don't have to mess around with that. Keep the battery terminal all cleared up. And we'll take the passenger side wiring and run it down straight behind the battery. And since this is a Duramax model, there's a lot of heat up here because there's a turbo sitting right on top of the motor. So they have this heat shielding. The instructions tell you to run the wiring along this loom, but as you can see there's a bunch of tape, a bunch of heat reflective tape around it, and I don't have any of that right now. So we ran this up and over the top, try to keep it away from a little bit more heat. We'll get in here and we'll cut these zip tie ends, make it look all nice, put the cap back on this box, and then we should be done with the engine compartment wiring portion of this. What we've done here is we've drilled a hole, we've mounted a light, and we've hooked the wiring up to it with the supplied connectors. And now all we have to do is zip tie up all this wiring. And now I'll take you into the cab to hook up the OBD2 part. So here we are inside the truck. We need to remove this panel on the side of the seat. That'll let us remove this kick panel and this kick panel. And then there's a grommet under here that we need to drill a hole through. Run those 2 purple wires up through it and connect them to the OBD2 connector. And we should be good to go. Okay, through the magic of TV and me forgetting to film stuff, I've got the panels back on. All of them. And then up in here, we've got our OBD2 connector connected through those 2 purple wires that come off the loom from underneath the truck. We ran them through that grommet, put a little silicone on it, and now they should work. Just like that, baby. They should have a little delay after you close it. There you go. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. Hope you enjoyed it or you found it helpful. So that's how you install some amp steps on a 2020 Chevy Silverado.